I just ask you something. Would you leave your front door open and just let anyone in? Just open up, let anyone in, can make themselves at home, make themselves a cup of tea, do whatever they like. It's your house. Should you let them in, do whatever they want? I mean, would you say to them, help yourself to my stuff? Take all my money, take me clothes, take the food out, empty the fridge. Don't leave me anything, just help yourself. Out of the kindness of my heart. Would you do that? I mean, sort of like think about it. Would you be happy with that? Someone just coming in, just ransacking your place. I'm not talking about being of a spiritual, oh yes, help yourself. No, I'm talking about really kind of coming in and just leaving you with literally nothing. Well, it's the same with your energy, isn't it? I'm sure you would say to that person, no, you can't come in here. And your energy as well. People come here and have a little buffet on your energy. Say, oh, I'll have some of that. Help yourself. And then you'll be thinking, oh, I'm so whacked. Got no energy, got no get up and go in me anymore. And I don't think we want that, do you? Wouldn't you want it nice and locked up, secure, and your energy would be yours to give and take as you see fit? Not for every Tom, Dick, and Harry to go and help themselves to it. And as I say, I've got my little pad here. Just give me some tips here on what we're going to do about that. This is like a little godsend because let me just tell you, this old brain of mine is a little bit short on the old RAM these days, so I need a little bit of help. But if you watch this video right now, we're going to find out how we can protect our energy a little bit better, or what we can do about those little vagabonds that come along and say like, oi, oi, I'm here to help myself. We're not having it. We're going to put a stop to that right now. And I got 5 little tips here later on that we're going to go through. And the second one's a blinder. Don't want to miss that one. I'll tell you that now. If you just watch this video for that one, it's worth your while. And I'm hoping this will make an effect. If I just reach one person that this resonates with, job done, as far as I'm concerned. But I hope a few more of you would appreciate these words and take some of it on board. I recognise some of the time it just goes over people's heads. They ain't having all that. But we want to kind of get to those kind of like vibes. And to set the scene, I'm going to give you a few little words here. A beautiful space can be found quite easily. Just journey within. Now, when you think about a beautiful space, I mean, what I'm talking about really, it's like a place you can go inside when no one else can bother you. It's like your own little sanctuary, and I'm sure there are times in our lives we'd like to retreat to those little bolt holes where nobody else can go knocking on your door, coming in. You just need a bit of time for yourself. And that's a beautiful thing that we can do that. And you can do that. I don't care where you are in the world, whether you're in a right run-down slum where it's just horrible, there's horrible people all around you, or if you're in the most plushest mansion you can imagine. We've all got the ability to go to this special place because we use our imagination. We use a few skills that we're going to go into to reach that beautiful nirvana. It is inside of us that we need to go. Journey inside because there, my friends, is the most beautiful paradise. But we're always being distracted. All the time we're being distracted. And it's usually other energies, other people coming along. There should be all in your own little zen-like space, and someone goes bang, bosh, boof, knock you over. How'd you go? Maybe we can avoid that. And this is what we can do, can't we? As I say, this place can be found easily. It is easier than you think. And you journey within. And no doubt some of you are saying like, this is all very zen, Gaz, it's all very zen, but I ain't into all that malarkey, all that blooming Mr. Zen stuff or whatever. I say you don't need to be. It's actually quite accessible, quite easy to reach, and more simple than you think. You don't have to be sitting like, in some Buddhist temple chanting Om all day. Far from it. Every one of you can do this. And we're going to get into that now, how we can accomplish that. Now, I just want to say now that if this kind of sort of like stuff kind of resonates with you, you're probably thinking like, well, I wouldn't mind a bit more of that. Do this for me. And now you're probably thinking I'm going to say like and subscribe. No, I'm not actually. You can if you like, but this is not what this is about. I've actually put together a nifty little booklet. It's just a few hundred words, 1,500 words. It's got a few little graphics and like I said, a PDF file. If you'd like one, pop in the comments, bookie. And you ain't placing a bet because the odds are in your favour on this one. Don't cost you a penny. All you got to do is put bookie. I'll send you a link to get where you can just fill out a simple little form and Bob's your uncle. I'll get this off to you. How about it? It's nothing. It's a win-win. No, it's not a loser. You can't lose with this one. So, seriously give that some thought. And for me, it's just pressing a few buttons and it's on its way to you. Just like that. You can't lose, can you? Got to be done. So put that down there. Book it. Right now. Don't think about it. Do it now. Because I know what happens with us. Like we start watching and then we forget it, especially if you're like me. So do it now. Make that your action plan. And if you're still watching, I suppose you're saying, Gazza, get on with it. All right, I hear you. So the first one, the first thing you do is when you find someone getting on in your face, sort of like knocking on the door. Let's go back to that place where they're knocking on the door and you got the door wide open. What do you do? Close the door. Close the door. So, and you think, what are you talking about, guys? What do you mean close the door? Simple. There comes a point where you can do so much when it's too much. And if it is, if you honestly think this person's having a bit of a laugh with you, say no. Just say no, I can't do that for you. I say, oh, what? You mean you can't help us? I say, yeah, basically. It's what you got to do. Sometimes we've got to take time to like look out for you. And don't feel bad about it. Don't be thinking, oh God, I hope they're all right. Because at the end of the day, they'll go and ask someone else or do something else or do something that kind of like it's actually going to benefit them, but they actually find another way. As opposed to relying on old Muggins here, on in that case, you, relying on you to do the dirty work for them. So at times, if it is sort of like not on, and be honest, weigh it up, I'm not saying like say no all the time, of course not, we like to help people. But just know you've got this much. This much is your energy. That's how much you've got to give. If you start giving this much when you've only got that much, guess what's going to happen? You're the one that's going to be knocking on their door saying, oh, can you help? And they'll probably say no to you. Just think about that. So make sure there's this lovely flow. Or you can do this. If they say no, or if you're going to say no to someone, I said, oh, can't you help? Do something like this. All right, I'll help you. But what's in it for me? Don't feel guilty about that. You go to a shop and sort of like you want something, you expect to pay a price, don't you? It's a transaction. The same thing with your energy, same thing with your time. It's almost like they're making a purchase from you. They're buying your time. Don't I think it's fair? There should be some kind of something in return. Now, it don't have to be a monetary transaction. I'll take that, of course. It could be, but um, it's more of a state of, say that, for example, someone says to you, oh, oh, Jim, you know what? I'm a bit brassic, mate. You lend us like a fiver. I say, all right, I'll lend you a fiver, but can you do me a favour and maybe wash my car next week? You see, there's a little bit of a kind of like give and take going on there. Or it could be they want to borrow something from you. Can I borrow your tools, mate? I say, yeah, okay, but again, sort of like say, yeah, okay then, Joe, borrow me tools. Um, but you know what? I've forgot to get the blooming. I've run out of bread. Do you mind if I borrow a slice? A few slices of bread off you. A few like slices and stuff. Make yourself some sarnies. There we got a little bit of transaction going. Now, I know there'll be better examples than that. That's what I've just thought off the top of my head. But you see where I'm going with this? It's not a one-way street. It's not helping that, helping themselves to hear their this, that, and everything else. There's a transaction going on. It's with your energy, it's the same. If again, someone might say, "Oh, can you help me put this sort of like picture up on the wall?" And you say, "Sure, but I need a bit of help moving some furniture around. Could you give us that?" I don't think that's fair. So start thinking a little bit like that. This is where we say no, but you're saying no to that, but you're saying yes to yourself. This is the truth of it. So get into that kind of thinking. And it's not being mercenary, it's just being a bit sensible. Bear that in mind. The second one, and this is the one I love, so I'm hoping you're still here. The second one is a simple one. Do the things you want to do. Easy. And again, if you kind of like stuff that you want to do, let's imagine you want to go down and watch a footy match. It's something you've been looking forward to. Well, go and do it then. Make sure you have the time to do the things you want to do. It could be that you want to visit your mum on a weekend or something. Your partner's umming and ahhing, but you want to go and see him. You're going to go and see him. It's because you want to do it. The kids you might want to take the kids out for down the park or something. Something that you want to do, not necessarily what they want to do. You want to get out of the house. Make sure you do it. And these little things, simple little examples, get ourselves into the right flow because we're doing something that feels right for us. So really check in with your heart. If it feels right, it is right. But what's wrong is when you think, "Oh, I can't do that. Tony won't be doing that, will he? Oh, I better not, just to please him." Straight away, you're putting up those barriers. If Tony's half decent, you'll say, "I want to do that." He'll say, "Yeah, of course we can." This is how we kind of like get in the right frame of mind. And again, we come back to that little bit of a synergistic flow. So if Tony does that for you, for example, you'll do something for Tony. It's like we get that lovely balance. It's a happy life after all. That's what we're all after. But you're not going to find that. You're not going to find that little sanctuary if you're forever doing what someone else wants and you're not doing what you want to do. I don't care what it is that resonates with you, what feels good for you. Just make sure you have the time to do what makes you feel good, because surely that can't be wrong. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, of course. But if it's sort of something that makes you feel good, gives you a nice warm feeling in your stomach, in your heart, can't be bad, can it? So that's a simple one. Do something for you. The third one, and this is quite important because it doesn't happen, does it? Where you're pleasing everybody, and this is especially true when we're like, we're working long old shifts. You get home and you got another load of chores to do. And before you know it, it's back in bed, up again, off to work, bang, 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 and it's a routine. Make sure you get your rest in, get your hours in. They say 8 hours a day. That's recommended. I know sometimes it ain't possible, but try and strive for that. Make sure you get your rest, because if you are forever sort of like not taking enough charge of the old main socket from your rest, and you're forever running, what's going to happen? You're going to run out of fuel, or your battery's going to start degrading. It's going to start sort of like misfiring, going a bit kaput. And eventually you get a new battery. And for us, that's bad news, isn't it? Because this is our health we're talking about. Our health starts getting run down, and your employer don't care, because if you sort of like go kaput, get someone else in. Simple. You're a field replaceable unit. That's it. That's what you are at the end of the number on a spreadsheet. Get rid of that. Get rid of Gary. Get Brian in. That's how the world works, unfortunately. The old days where they would companies would care for their staff, I'm afraid, seem to have long gone. I'm sure there'll be some who say, well, actually, we do look after our staff, and some places actually do believe that, even when they don't. It's a bit of a funny one, isn't it? But it's important that you look after your health and taking the time for a bit of rest in the in the evening or the morning, because I know some of us work night shift. Get your hours in. Get some quality time. Make sure you're in bed nice and early and get those red Zeds in. If there's something on the telly, record it, watch it later, or whatever you do. Maybe some of those chores, they can wait till the next day or the weekend or whatever. But if you don't get your rest in, this, and everything else about you, your energy and everything else, is going to start waning. It's going to start degrading. And then we start getting into health problems. Is that what you want? Do you want the health problems? Do you want the issues, cognitive functions going ski with because you ain't getting your hours in? Get your hours in, get your Zeds in, get your rest. It's a simple fact of life that we've got to do that sometimes, or we will suffer the consequences. And it's better if we get ahead of the game, recognise what's wrong, and do what's right. I'm up for that. Sure you are too. Okay, and the fourth one, it's a nice one as well. And when I was talking about getting to that special place within, this is how you do it. Meditate. Have the most beautiful meditation. And I know I'll probably bang on about it in a few of these videos. There's all guests that said that last week. But that's okay because a lot of people might be seeing this for the first time. And if you are a regular of mine, you'll know that I'm right. You probably do it yourself. Meditation is a beautiful, simple, effective tool that we can do any time we like. And when you meditate, you are taken inside. You're taking a journey inside. And it's like you're just blocking everything out. You're present, you're here where you want to be, you're nice and relaxed, and you just feel good. Who would not want to feel good? Who on earth wants to be in that state of like permanent rundown, with the batteries being run out? Meditation will get you in that space. Here's another little tip for you. As you're laying down or sitting down, put your hands on your heart. Connect with that. Work on your breath. Just simple. Just breathe. Don't think of anything else. Just breathe and make it sort of like 5, 10 minutes, whatever. You can have an hour if you want to. It's entirely up to you. But just make sure you put in, because what you're doing, you're investing in yourself. You're investing in your energy. You're kind of like putting this little palace up around you that's your space. And make sure when you are meditating that you're not getting disturbed. Get the old phone, knock that out. Sort of like, put it on airplane mode or whatever so no one's ringing you. Or messenger, turn your notifications off or whatever so you're not getting pinged. Make it important. Make it a little bit of a treat for you. Treat for yourself. And that's what I want you to do is look forward to these moments because you think, oh, right, I'm looking forward to my meditation later because I'm getting in my space. I'm getting in the zone. It's your zone. It's your time. Enjoy it, my friends. That is an important one. And finally, this is a good one. But before you do, I'll come up to the last one. What's your strategy? What is your strategy for keeping those opportunities out of your space? Because I'm sure you've got some ideas too. Share them in the comments below. Put it up there now so I can see it and say like, oh, I never thought of that because I don't have all the answers. Some people think I do, but I like to listen to the other people's advice, see their wisdom. And that's how we learn. This is how we grow a community spirit here. Not only that, you'll put their comments up. Another viewer might think, oh, that's a blinding idea. Why didn't I think of that? So, much as like I'll pontificate on my sort of like thoughts and ideas, and some of you may say, well, Gary hasn't thought of this. Share your wisdom, please. I will gladly be the beneficiary of your kind of like thoughts and words. They are really appreciated. And it just shows you're that little bit sort of like person that takes this sort of thing serious. So that would be a big thumbs up from me and anybody else who reads your comments. So put that in the comments. Be beautiful. So the last one on my list is have some you time. And I know it kind of is similar to do the things you want to do, but it is a little bit different. Have some you time is more kind of like stuff where you could just literally just relax or whatever. Just chill, just do what you got to do. just have a little bit of pampering. Now that could be like a massage, for example. Could it be having like a bit of pampering around here or whatever, sort of like facial or your nails done or whatever it is. Yeah, guys as well. Why not? You know, doesn't have to be just ladies. You could have a little bit of pampering. It could be a bit of you time, might be going to the gym or something. You know, that's a different way, isn't it? Um, but there's so many things that you could do. It could be reading a book, just getting in your space of relaxation. Everything is just calming down. And this is what it's about. It's calming. That's another tool. See how all these things link up. You know, the meditation, the reading, the relaxing, getting your blood pressure down because that's important. Your blood pressure keeps spiking. You don't want to be doing that. A&E is waiting for you if you want to carry on that vein. Be their guest. They'll be happy to see you. You know, but I'm sure you'd rather avoid that. So do some things that, like, have a bit of you time. Have a bit of Reiki. A bit of Reiki. I'll tell you what, right now, I'm sending you some good vibes. Just feel the vibes around you now. I'm literally just sending that little ball of energy. And it's like, you use your little bit of imagination. But if you say to yourself right now, Gaz, I'll gladly take a bit of the good stuff you're sending, a bit of this good energy. Imagine it going through your crown right now, traveling down into your brow, with that energy coming down your mouth, into your throat, down your shoulders, right down your heart, into your solar plexus, right into your navel, right down towards your hips, to your knees, down your calves, down to your feet, and just feel those good vibes. I'm sending that to you now, but you're not going to get that unless you got this far. But that is just a beautiful, simple thing that I can do. And there is a little bit of Reiki magic going on there. And hopefully, if you felt that, again, let me know. Because I know this works. I've done this so many times, sent energy healing over the distance, and people who do Reiki know just how effective this is. But I know if you're sort of like never heard of this before, you're thinking, yeah, right, I've got this weird tingling going on. What's that all about? That, my friends, is a bit of Reiki magic just for you. So take that on board for you. That's a little gift for you there that I'd like to do. But yeah, take a bit of time for yourself. Have a little bit of me time, whatever me time means for you. Make sure you do it, and it could be out for a pint down a flipping local. If that's your me time, you know, that's all well and good. That's what you feels right. And there we go, everyone. That's my thought for today. And should we have a bit of fun? If you're still here, and you will be one of the chosen few, because not many stay to the end of my videos. I don't know why. I'll try and make it entertaining, but I get it that some people, and it don't help when I'm being recommended by some kind of like distant Spanish channel on sort of like fly fishing. These are the sort of recommendations that come up sometimes, and they're thinking, I don't know what this idiot's on about. I don't even talk Spanish. But there you are. These are the sort of things that can happen. But if you have got this far, I'll tell you what, let's put that down. Put the words fly fishing, and I'll know you've seen to the end. It puts you in the club. One of the special, I mean, sort of like spiritual Cockney diehards. That's what you'll be if you put that in there now. Anyway, I'll shut up now because I'm sure you've had enough of my spiel. Enjoy your evening, your day, or whatever time of the sort of like day you're watching this. Enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here. Catch you at the next one. Much love to you.